Hi, this is Mick Young from Angriest Guitar. Welcome back. So today I'm going to be giving you 10 tips for how you can accelerate your guitar learning. Number 1, planning. Now, doesn't that sound exciting? No, but what I mean is actually not sitting down for hours and writing out a master plan or anything, but actually just spending like a minute or 2 minutes before you practice working out exactly what it is you're going to practice and having a goal that you're aiming for. That's the best thing. It just makes a huge difference to your efficiency when it comes to learning. Number 2, focus like a laser beam. Now, I break focus down into three parts, and I call it the 3 S's. A little bit corny, I know. Forgive me. So the 3 S's are separately, slowly, and in sections. So what I mean by that is with sections, so you want to break everything up. You want to break everything you do up into small sections. So for example, if you're learning an entire piece of music, you want to break it up so that in your practice session, you just learn your first practice session, you're just learning the first section. So that's what I mean by sections. What I mean by separately is if you're playing some intricate guitar part where the left hand's doing all this stuff and along with the right hand, you can separate them and just learn to play what the left hand's doing first, and then once you've mastered that, then you can start practicing the right hand, and then you can bring them together rather than trying to take it all on at once. So that's what I mean by separately. And then the 3rd S, slowly. Make sure you're practicing everything nice and slowly as you go, because when you play too fast, when you're learning something, what often happens is you make mistakes, and there's nothing wrong with mistakes, of course, but often what happens is you actually go ahead and learn the mistake, and then your fingers and your whole physiology have to sort of unlearn the mistake, and then it takes twice as long. Number 3, practice versus playing. So this is a trap that I fall into a lot. Whenever I first pick up the guitar to go and do some practice or to play, I always play something I already know. And then I end up sitting there for half my practice time playing stuff I already know, which is fine. You know, I'm not saying don't ever play anything that you already know, but the purpose of your practice session is to actually make you develop, help you develop to the next stage. So you want to be playing the things that you need to play to help you develop. So that's what I mean by practice versus playing. You've got your plan, you're focused, and you want to practice what you're actually supposed to practice. Number 4, regular practice versus binge practicing. So it's much better for your development and for your memory and for your guitar playing to practice a little bit each day, even if it's like 5 minutes or 10 minutes, than it is to do one massive practice. You know, let's say you haven't played for 2 weeks and then you pick up the guitar and play for 7 hours. Now, nothing wrong with binge practicing as long as there's regular practicing going on as well. That'll really help your learning efficiency. Number 5, compare yourself with yourself. I know it sounds a bit strange, but what I mean is don't be comparing yourself to all the greatest guitarists in the world. You know, oh, I'll never be able to play like Jimi Hendrix, or I'll never be able to play like whoever it is that you idolize, but rather compare yourself with yourself, say 2 months ago or 6 months ago or 2 weeks ago, and look back at how much you've improved. And that gives you a lot of confidence and makes you feel good and makes you want to keep going. Whereas comparing yourself to people who have been playing for 60 years doesn't make you feel good. Number 6, celebrate your victories and track your progress. So the first part of that is, you know, just looking back over how much you've achieved over the time you've been practicing, and just acknowledging yourself that you've actually put some work in and you've seen some results, and that can just spur you on to keep going. And then the other thing, tracking your progress. So what I recommend you do is just like the planning for 30 seconds before you do your practice, you plan it out. Then also 30 seconds or a minute after you practice, you write down how far you've come or what you achieved today or what you've achieved over the last few weeks. And then that gives you cause to celebrate because you can see how far you've come. Number 7, get a teacher. Me, for example.
Please have lessons with me.
No, it doesn't have to be me, of course. Having a teacher, of course, can be great. You've got someone there to guide you step by step through what you're learning, and just someone to bounce your ideas off and to also help you with all this stuff like planning and tracking and making sure you're on track. Number 8, get guitar friends. What I mean by that is have some people around you who are at the same sort of level, who you can talk about where you're up to with, and also who you can actually play guitar with and share your experiences. A while back I had 2 students, 2 elderly gentlemen who used to come to my place for lessons, and they used to have lessons together, and then they also used to meet up a couple of times a week and play together, and they really got a kick out of playing music together, and it really helped them improve and move along quite quickly. Number 9, don't learn the chords first when you first take up the guitar. So you may have seen another video of mine where I talk about this, but basically the chords are much harder than you think. Everyone thinks they're the easiest thing to play on the guitar, and they're not. Secondly, they take a long time for even just one chord to start sounding good. They're not the best sounding thing straight away when you first start playing. And then the third thing is it can take a really long time before you can play a whole song that sounds like a real song, because the chords are actually kind of like an advanced thing. I don't know why everyone thinks they're easy. They're not. Some people find them easy, yeah, sure. But on the whole, most adult beginners struggle with the chords.
So don't start with the chords, all right?
Our final tip for today, number 10, don't quit. Just keep going. You can't improve if you quit. So, enough said. Thanks for joining me today. Please subscribe to the channel, and if you'd like to leave a comment in the comments section and let me know what you'd like me to cover in future videos, you can do that. And also, if you want to know more about the easiest guitar method, you can click on the link below. Hope to see you next time. Like a laser beam.